Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. It's an honor for me today to rise in the House to recognize a guest with us today, the newly elected Premier of Alberta, the Honourable Jason Kenney, who is making his first official visit to our province. Premier Kenney has had a long and distinguished career in public service. Le Premier ministre Kenney a mené une longue et remarquable carrière au service de la population. Representing Calgary, he was first elected as a Member of Parliament in 1997. He served as a Minister of Citizenship and Immigration, and later as Minister of Multiculturalism and Citizenship. He was a trailblazer in his outreach efforts to the new Canadians, and has demonstrated the best of Canadian pluralism. He also served as Minister of Employment and Social Development, and as the Minister of National Defence. His work ethic knows no bounds, and this is legendary in Ottawa circles. It is no surprise that he was named the hardest working MP in 2011 by Maclean's magazine. He has received numerous awards, including in 2016 when he received the Ukrainian Order of Merit for his steadfast efforts in diplomatic and military affairs. These positions provided him with a breadth of experience and knowledge. He then put the experience he gained in Ottawa to work in his home province of Alberta, where he proved himself yet again as a unifier and as a builder. Il a ensuite mis l'expérience qu'il a acquise à Ottawa au profit de sa province d'origine, l'Alberta. Just a few short months ago, he was elected Premier of Alberta after running a campaign focused on economic growth, something I am also very focused on. We also both understand the urgent need for a national utility corridor. As Canadians, we must take advantage of our own natural resources. It is time to unlock Alberta's stranded resources. We must use them what we have while we in our transition and in a cleaner economy. We have an opportunity to use our own resources. This can be done with a national utility corridor. Working together on different sides of the country, we can grasp the opportunity before us. I look forward to working closely with Premier Kenney on this vital initiative. I am pleased to welcome Premier Kenney on his first official visit to New Brunswick, and I look forward to working with him to advance the priorities of both of our provinces. Alberta and New Brunswick share many of the same goals. I believe we can work together to overcome some of the challenges we face and take positive steps forward on opportunities that will benefit not just our provinces, but Canada as a whole. I invite everyone to join me in welcoming Premier Kenney to the Legislative Assembly and to our beautiful province. Je vous invite à vous joindre à moi pour accueillir le Premier ministre Kenney à l'Assemblée législative et dans notre belle province. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Mr. Kenney, for joining us.
Now invite Premier Kenney to the podium to address the members.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Honorable député, Monsieur le Premier ministre, merci de vos mots d'accueil chaleureux. Je suis ravi d'être ici au nom des Albertains et le gouvernement de l'Alberta. C'est mon première visite dans votre législature historique. I'm so honored to join you and on my first visit to this historic Canadian legislature, one of the birthplaces of responsible government in Canada, and to hopefully begin renewing the important ties between Alberta and New Brunswick. Alberta has benefited enormously from the talent and hard work of tens of thousands of New Brunswickers who went west for opportunity. I'm glad many have come home to New Brunswick. Some stayed. We're glad of that too. But we share the hope of the Premier and I'm sure all members that New Brunswick will have partners in the Federation, such as Alberta, to develop your own natural resources and allow more opportunity for those who went west to return home. Let me say that Alberta and New Brunswick have so much in common. Economies that are rooted historically in the responsible development of our resources, but also economies that are increasingly focused on innovation. And I believe we can be strong partners in the Canadian Federation. Les partenaires pour la prospérité. Je remercie l'honorable le Premier ministre pour son dévouement au rêve d'une pipeline nationale de l'ouest à l'est pour que les gens de Nouveau-Brunswick puissent développer les ressources qui sont développées en Alberta. New Brunswick has also benefited tremendously from transfers through our system of fiscal federalism that ultimately have and disproportionately been developed in Alberta. And I appreciate the Premier's recognition of that, Mr. Speaker, and I look forward to working with him at the Council of the Federation to strengthen national unity, to be partners in trade, with the development of natural resource corridors, and to support federal policies as well that will help both of our peoples enjoy prosperity. Alors, je vous remercie infiniment et je vais exprimer vos meilleurs sentiments à mes collègues dans la législature de l'Alberta. Merci beaucoup. Vive le Canada.